Awesome. All right. So now that you realize that you're experiencing more positive emotions because of your NLP deep trauma release work that you have done, you guess what? Start experiencing more positive things happening in your life. Woohoo! So that is why you want to do a lot of the NLP deep trauma release. Now, what does a lot mean? Well, it means enough to work through your list of traumas and then look and see how your feelings and emotions are doing as a result. So for me, a lot was about 5 or 6 sessions. And so probably when you heard the word a lot, you thought 15 or 20 or 300. No, thank God it is not that many. It's very effective. And the thing that I love most about NLP work, neuro linguistics programming work, is that it's permanent work. That's what made me jumping for joy when I watched the first demonstration and saw the change that happened in that young man, and that he went from suicidal to not feeling that way anymore. In fact, feeling hopeful and positive for his future, all in one session. And that session, it lasted for about 45 minutes to an hour. And I was completely shocked when I found out that this was permanent work. And so during this, I was able to test it on myself and see, is this really? And I found out it is, because I never went backward again on those things. I did discover smaller things that weren't such a big deal that popped up after we got rid of the bigger things and cleared those out. And so then I worked on the smaller things on myself and didn't even have to have someone else do it for me, because as a certified divine channel NLP life coach and master teacher, I recognized that you can do this for yourself. So in my course, in my academy, I do teach you how to do it for yourself. And that's in the level 2 and 3 course. So if you're taking my level 1 course, you're learning how to do it for others right now. And it's great because in that course, we have that we're doing it on each other. So therefore, you get a lot of it done inside of that course. And you should be done when you get done with the course in level 1. But if you're not, that's okay, because in level 2 and 3, we're going to get the rest of it, because that's where you learn the advanced NLP. So in level 1 practitioner course, you're learning the basic NLP. And then in level 2 and 3, you're learning the advanced. And then we're doing the advanced NLP divine channel life coaching work on each other. So you'll get a whole bunch more sessions there. And by the time you're done graduating, you will have had your stuff cleared out, and you'll also know how to do it for yourself moving forward for anything new that happens. But because you change your whole energy field, because your mindset is different, your emotions are different, you're not feeling so bad and feeling negative and basically waiting for the other shoe to drop. Because I remember when I first started getting out of it, I was waiting for the other shoe to drop, just knowing that any day now it's going to just all blow up. And I was always so afraid that I was going to go backward. And when you're initially coming out of it, you're surprised that you're even out of it. However, then you notice it's lasting and it's continuing to work with you and it's continuing to benefit you. And now you stop waiting for the other shoe to drop. You now start trusting in the process of life. And so you're able to regain your trust with yourself and your trust with others and start building it and developing it. And I have had the miracle in my life over the last 8 years of being able to do that, as I found NLP and hypnosis 8 years ago. And after about 2 years, I had really turned everything around and started experiencing a nice, healthy, happy, sustainable life 6 years ago. And it's continued to get better and better and better and better, because now you have better and better years. because you're building upon them, and it's like building blocks of positivity on top of the next one and on top of the next one. And I have seen people who have gone through horrible, horrible things be able to clear it out, create a new thought pattern and program running through their subconscious mind that makes them feel good and feel positive, and it's sustainable and it's lasting, long lasting. So if you're a person that's saying, yes, sign me up, I want to clear all my stuff out, and I want to learn how to be able to do it for myself moving forward. Of course, you're going to have a lot less of them moving forward. I look at the last 6 years and it's just teeny little speckles of things, and I call that normal life. And then being able to use the hypnosis and the NLP to clear out anything, even right in the moment, is amazing. It's so empowering. Your confidence is so much higher because now you have tools to use that work, and they work immediately, and they're permanent, and you don't have to keep doing them over and over again. You just clear out anything new that comes up, but you don't have to go to psychotherapy for 25 years. For me, it was 15 years, and I felt like I really wasn't any further ahead after the 15 years. Also, each week that I went, the way psychotherapy and counseling works is that you have to talk about it for a long time and tell the whole long, horrible story of what happened. And then you end up doing that every single week. And at the end, I felt worse. And then it took me almost a week to recover from feeling bad about having to tell that horrible long story. And by the time I felt recovered, the next appointment showed up, because it took me 5 or 6 or so days. And then all of a sudden, here I was back there doing it again and feeling bad. And remember, if you're feeling bad, you attract bad things to yourself. And so that's why they always say, watch a comedy, laugh, and get yourself in a happy place, because when you're laughing and in a happy place, or at least in a happy place, you don't have to be laughing, then you start attracting better and more positive things. So that's why they say fake it until you can make it, because even if you fake it until you make it, until you're really there, you will start attracting more positive things to you. I even remember one of my family members, extended family members, had actually accused me of being a fake, because I was faking that I was happy. And I said, well, I'd rather be faking that I'm happy than walking around miserable all the time. And I was referring to that person because that person was walking around miserable all the time. And I go, which would I rather be? Absolutely miserable and attracting more things to make me miserable, or faking that I'm happy and actually attracting more things to actually make me really happy? I'm gonna pick that one. You're on to me. You called a spade. I'm guilty of faking being happy. And I laughed about it. So if you have anybody who's teasing you for being positive, then you're going to have to push them on your outer circle, because when you start switching over, when you do this NLP work and you clear out the traumas and the things that make you feel bad emotionally, and you actually start feeling more positive and acting more positive and talking more positive, and then attracting more things that actually make you feel really positive. And now you don't have to fake it. It's real. I can say I'm now really happy and I'm not faking it. I mean, there are days where you go through a little fudgy thing that's going on, and so you have to fake it to get over a little hump. And in the meantime, you're doing your NLP and hypnosis work on yourself and clearing it out. And within a few hours, you're usually better, if not a few minutes. I mean, I've gotten to the point where I can do it in 10 minutes, where it used to take me 10 months before I learned this technique. Right. And so now I've gotten to the point, and I'm sharing this with you because I want to help you all get to that place where I was sitting in the emergency room a few months ago, having a thing happen to my body. And while I was waiting in the emergency room, I started doing my hypnosis and my NLP work and clearing it. And by the time I was seen, I had already changed significantly from their first little, where they check in to see how close you are, to being dead and then put you on their little triage, right? To figure out who's got to go first to be taken care of, because they've got to take the worst cases before the ones that are doing better. And by the time they did call my name, I was doing way better than their first checkup on me. And they told me that was amazing. The doctors thought that was fantastic. I told them what I was doing and they said, that's awesome. So the confidence is there. You know, when you don't know what to do and you don't have tools that are working for you, then our confidence goes down, our self-esteem goes down, our feelings go down, and then we're attracting more garbage. So that's why we want to adapt and use this tool and make it part of our life and put it in our toolbox of success so that we can pull it out when we need it. And I highly encourage you, if you have not already started taking the Divine Channel NLP Life Coaching Level 1 Practitioner course, then we do have a level 1 coming up in the fall in September. I believe the first day is September 14th. It's a 12-week course. Right now, the level 1 course is almost coming to an end. We have 2 more classes left of the 12 weeks. Then there'll be a little 4-week break. And then level 2 and 3 will start in May. And then level 2 and 3 will go through. The students will graduate from that. And then in September, I already have level 1 people signed up for September. So if you'd like to sign up for September, a lot of people take this course to help themselves personally. It's not necessarily because they're going to practice and use this modality to help heal others in a professional manner and work in that capacity. They may use it to help their family members and friends and themselves. And that's level 1 is incredibly helpful for that. Right now, we're in the breakout sessions in the class where we break out into little groups where it's 2 people in their own little Zoom room working on each other, where one does an NLP session for the other, and then the other does one for the other, and they take turns working on each other. It's a modality that's easy to learn, it's easy to do, and you can't mess it up. And so a lot of people are attracted to it because it's not only for deep trauma release, it's also for manifestation and success. And it's very widely used in corporate America and in corporate other countries too. So it's not only well used, but it's well accepted and respected in the mainstream world. The cool thing is it's actually advanced hypnosis, talking psychotherapy, all combined into one. However, corporations look at it as a mainstream way to help their employees and to help turn around their company and what's going on in their company. So it's interestingly enough, you can experience NLP in your work life if you have a company that's more holistic, more on the cutting edge, or more on investing money in their employees and investing money in their company to turn it around. Okay, so I am noticing that when people go ahead and they use the NLP, okay, I'm noticing that our camera is still acting a little bit wonky. So we're switching over to this camera, see how this one helps us. All right. So I'm encouraging you to be able to